Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah, you go.
So this is Alex, one awesome person I met down at the Freedom Village, and we connected very well. Alex, you
Sit closer, even.
very close we are. Social distancing? No?
We're over that.
Look, tell me about your experience there. You were there since day one. You saw the whole thing move up and pretty much go down.
I've thought about this, and I'll probably never get the story right, but just to experience right from the beginning, paraphrasing and keeping it as short as I can because it was so intense and beautiful and complicated as well. A lot going on behind the scenes, a lot achieved, but let's just start with on the way down. Just so moving. I fell in love with New Zealand again on the way down there before I got down there. I mean, all the people that came out in terrible weather to support us, to fly their banners and let us know if they could, they'd be there with us. I was just so moved and emotional all the way down. And then getting down there, a lot of misinformation. There, I guess that's just life. But anyway, try to stay on top of that as best as we could, and just moved in, and straight away the support and confidence building just started from there. And with that, more and more, and as we know, media and the truth couldn't help but get out, and that brought in so many more amazing, beautiful people and curious people. Which is, the beginnings. It still shows intelligent enough to look. We all know something's not right. Am I supposed to be talking to you or the camera?
Or whatever you like.
I'd rather talk to you actually.
I just want to get what is the biggest key takebacks from what you experienced there? Like what was the things that really grasped you and thought, wow, this is something that really unexpected, or something maybe you've never seen before?
Only dreamt about, yeah. The first, let's say, at least 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks was, like I say, just beautiful and amazing and intense. But what we achieved in that amount of time with the resources we had, which was basically each other, that's all we need, to achieve whatever we want. And we like I say, what we did in a week, 2 weeks, it was just incredible. And with your video footage, the camps and the necessities obviously appeared first. The child support and the playground was kitted out first. Yeah. So that was why we were there for these fellas here. Hey mate, how you going?
Hey, bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Boom.
He's chief kitchen hand.
We're just doing an interview here.
Yeah. See you, mate. Catch you later.
I'll see you soon.
The
resources there were just unreal, eh? Just to think
everything was just flowing. I mean, everybody's talking about synchronicities, and all the spiritual people were saying, wow, there's so many of us. And the love that was generated, the feelings, the emotions, it was just absolutely incredible. To be honest, should we talk about the later half now? How long you want me to talk? Because I talk about the good stuff all bloody day, if you want to.
Just the key elements that you think that are really highlighting for you, like something super, like really highlighting.
Okay. Yes. Good point. We all know there's something wrong in this country. We all know we have to stand up. It's our job. We are caretakers of this land. We are living people of this land. And we need to stand up for it because it appears we're being run by corporations. And it appears our government is run and acts like a corporation, and including our police force, which have just shown how far they are a security force more than a people's protection. I wanted to be one when I was 16. I'll never. This saddens me, but I'll never look at a police officer. Maybe not never, but it's going to be a long time before I look at one the same. The way they treated me, and mostly women, is the heart wrenching part of the thing.
Yeah, it's quite heavy, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's really heavy.
You want to pause for a bit, or?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So the brutality through this policeman obviously has changed your whole mindset, and you're not the first one. I don't know how many people are saying that they didn't see such brutality.
It's not all of them.
No. I believe it's like any other race, religion, or belief. There's always going to be a few bad people in every group, no matter what, right? So.
But obviously they were pulled aside intentionally to rough us around. I mean, you want some conjecture or speculation here? Apparently a plane load of police officers came from, I believe, Sydney, I was told, but don't quote me on that. But let's take the weekend off and go beat up some Kiwis. It's nothing to them, seeing what's going on in that country as well, how they're being treated. So they've obviously got a group of aggressive cops that don't mind knocking people around for money. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what it's about, isn't it? The rumour is they get paid more and more holidays and everything. And the regular police officers dislike them because of that. They mistreat people and they get paid more. How does that work?
You were also on the front line too. Being you got arrested, didn't you? And how was the experience of actually going through that process?
Yeah. Well, traumatic. Let's just say at the least. I'm last 10, 12 years I've gone to the spiritual side. I've worked on a lot of stuff myself and helped a lot of other people work on themselves. And I felt I was in a place where I could bring some. Diffuse any sort of serious situation. I believe I'm capable of that now these days. So that's why I was there. And I believe what Brett Powers, I'll stand behind that man. I believe in him, and he's a man of his word. Says what he does what he says. And I was third row back, one of the smallest, shortest people there. With positive and loving intentions, he's standing up for us, and I wanted to stand with him for this country. If the police aren't going to stand up and do their job, I mean, do you want me to go on about the specifics of Brett Powers, or we all know that by now?
Yeah.
I mean, he had a coroner's report, he had a death report, he had a police, had the filing number and everything. It just needed to be served. It was official to our knowledge, and they wouldn't serve it. So citizen's arrest, that's what we were doing. And I was right there when he said he was going to, I'm walking forward, I am not pushing. And he put his hands up, and that's when they started pushing back. I actually got slammed up against a pole. I was about three back, slammed up against a pole. Let's just go through this strategically. I backwards slammed up against the pole, turned around, grabbed the pole, pushed myself off it. Then I was being pulled back, I assume by the police at that point, pulled towards the pole, took three rather large knees into the left back, lower back, rump and lower thigh, left thigh, all on the left side. I assume the same person, didn't see that person, that officer. And the other officer, I think it was 2 jabs in the lower ribs around the back, and I was quite winded at that stage, grabbed onto the pole with my left leg, right leg went up behind me and he tore my groin, then choked me with the arm, and then actually pulled me off the pole by my ponytail. So that was, but tell you the truth, it's a kid's show, but what really hurt was being thrown on the ground by the ponytail and while being told I was a CUNT. Get on the ground, you And I was like, well, these guys hate us. They're treating us like animals. I mean, what the heck? That's when it all like, oh, maybe I'm not in control of this situation. So anyway, after the knees and the aggressive cuffing, I personally think they were trying to pop my shoulder out. I was the second one to get arrested behind Brett Powers, and I'm the one with the face about 300 mil off the ground. If I had skipped, I would have flipped completely over from the force they were putting on the cuffs. And then all the scarring from the cuffs. I mean, even the police, when they were taking the cuffs off, said it's a bit severe. So he's good and bad in all of them. Weren't very helpful at the police station.
So what did they actually do you for at the end? Like, what was the charge they tried to give upon you?
All I got was obstructing police, and in the back there, next page, suspicion of violence.
Suspicion.
So they're throwing that in there. I don't want to elaborate, or this is third hand, but there's a lot of manipulation to the reports. Yeah. I've heard from other people that have been arrested. They're trying to make the charges look worse than they are. That's conjecture, so I shouldn't really talk about that. Anyway, I'll talk about me. I was released after about 45 minutes, after finally getting comfortable with a torn groin. They made me walk back, threatened me if I go back I'll be arrested, but I needed to go back. I had no keys, phone, money, anything. No help offered. Requested but not offered. Like I say, very disappointing. The whole experience with the Wellington police was very disappointing, and I felt very disattached to them as community members. I don't have, faith in their abilities anymore and their integrity, honesty. I mean, they're human, yeah, but are they leaving it at home? I mean, this job, it's a difficult job for them. It's a lot of heart. It's a lot of muscle, but it's not just pushing people around for your boss. You got to ask yourself, guys. You got to ask yourself, what's it all about? Isn't it about the kids, the children, families? Survival. Something's happening in this country. Come on, people, wake up. We're dying off. Before this bloody thing started, we had horrific toxicity levels, and what do we get with that? Horrific cancer, early death rates, sick people. We have a symbiotic relationship with nature. Oh, I'm going to go for a rant now. Symbiotic relationship with nature. Okay. We're toxifying our environment, and we're wondering why we're getting sick. Okay, we can clean up these things. I'm going to go off now. Suppress technology. It's all there. It's nothing new. Okay, they radiated us with a military weapon down in Wellington. Proven. Simulated effects were found on Havana effect or Havana syndrome. That's where they radiated a military base in the Havanas. Symptoms identical, even more severe in our cases, a lot of our cases, with the facial blistering. Oh my God, I'd never seen anything like it. Nobody had. It's something odd, something weird, something unnatural. Flip side, try to state something positive out of it. Okay, they've brought out all these frequencies that hurt people. They're going to have to acknowledge the ones that heal people now too. So we've got to acknowledge that.
I like that.
Wait. Where are they? I've heard about them. You've got them. Let's see them. We've got to get that out there. We've got to wake up people. We've got to have our own media. We've got to have our own communication system, because the one we have is corrupt. The government we have is corrupt. I'm sorry. Some people don't want to hear that. I believe it's too far gone to fix. I think we need to tear it apart and build something new. And we can look to the future, we can look to the past to find these answers, and they're all there. But we have to start looking. We can't be content with what's going on and the direction we're going. we're killing ourselves and we're okay with it. We're shitting in our own backyard. Sorry, mate, I said that again. But we've got to wake up to this, and you can't fix anything if you don't acknowledge it. It's got to be acknowledged. We come together as a people, not as a corporation. I don't want to be told what to do. I want to help. And so many more, that's why we were there in Wellington. And we all had a little voice. Some of us were brave enough to speak. I wasn't lucky enough at the time. But I couldn't see it ending that soon. I was planning for winter.
I feel you. Me too.
I was planning on building some more structures. I mean, it was beautiful. And what we built was it changed my life and so many others. It did. It really did. And brought so many people together. Maybe had a reverse effect, all this violence that happened down there. We came together, we bonded, and we're stronger than we ever have been. And we're leading by example with future plans, and our future for our children is key. That's what is key to me. That's why I do what I do. This is that's what drives me. And
what's your one message from here in New Zealand to the rest of the nation and to the rest of the world about what future prospects that we can sort of move on to, which you've been saying, but maybe a message or a phrase of somewhat.
Oh, you want a phrase? We are the ones we've been waiting for. Okay, let that sink in. Okay, we did this. We have to fix it. Let's not leave it to the next guy. The next guy will fix it. Well, I like the phrase, we're not inheriting this from our parents. We're borrowing this planet from our children. So, let's leave them something worth keeping, instead of a shitty backyard that needs rebuilding. I mean, let's heaven and hell, what do you call it? Garden of Eden, all this stuff. We can make this place whatever we want. Together. Okay, how's this? What if we're actually some sort of massive god or energy ball or crystal? I like crystal. And it's broken, and we're a shard of that crystal. But together, as one, if we get close even, when we reform that, when we get close together, like I call us light workers, when we get close, we can create things. We are creators. We're mini, for a better word, gods. I mean, what we dream about, what we obsess about, we manifest. But when we get together and we're on the same page, that's what happened in Wellington. That's what we can achieve in 2 weeks. What can we do in 2 years? Let's just get on the same page, eh?
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks so much, Alex.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for listening.